Right, everyone. Today we are here at you know where.
A friendly but a super secret self-storage unit in Roanoke, Virginia.
And what is this? This is the elevator. Let's take it for a ride. We all know what's around the corner and down the hall. So we came here to the elevator museum. We just did a little bit of work to it for the past 2 days and we still have more to go. But for the most part, it's done.
And this is it. Now, that's not it though. We have lights and
we have power to other things.
not only power, preheat power.
Preheat power. We gotta wait a little bit for this one. Oh, there it is. So there we go. We got power. And we've pretty much reorganized everything. So the big major changes since last time, new shelf here, that old crappy metal thing's gone. We added a new shelf here, and then we moved this one over from over there, and then left that one alone. We've also, you know, moved all the buttons as well. And pretty much all the fixtures are still the same. There's not really anything new here. There's a few new things. We've got this is new. This came from Steven. This is a new innovation sales sample. And that's pretty much all the same there. And down there we got our indicators and such there. Those are all the same there. But over here we now have our little PTL panel. If you guys remember this from like forever ago. This thing works now. We rewired it. And this thing now, you can plug it in. It's never used to work. But then we also added on this 5 button, little beeper. That's the ThyssenKrupp buzzer from the that panel over there. We just kind of, it's like, it doesn't need it anymore.
I swiped it.
Yeah, this is new too. This came from Paul. And then we have the top shelf. This is new. I gave this to Andrew. And yeah, I think that's about it there. Over here.
Demonstrate this right here.
Oh yeah. So this here, yeah, I should show the power. So we put this panel here in the middle, one of these Westinghouse panels to kind of cover up all the wires. But this is our switch for all the power outlets. But this one, these two are always live. We were going to have the switch turn on the light, but the switch is broken, as you can see here. But these two are always live outlets, so you can plug in things like fans or any other things you may need while working in here. Up here, got the hot and triangle from Sam. This is from Steven. I think everything else is the same. I think that's fairly new. I don't remember who gave him this, but I remember that's new. Yeah, so we got all kinds of... Oh, and this thing now. If you guys remember this elevator panel from a really long time ago, the old GNS panel that Tom wired, well, guess what? It works again. We also have the governor over here. Do you remember this thing? It's been around, but it's finally here in the museum and in a nice place. And we've got this thing over here. What was this again? I don't remember I don't remember what he said this was for, but this thing's here. So we have some more non-button exhibits. And back here is kind of all just, I mean, it's laid out, but it's more of a temporary setup. With this panel's new here, but we got some small buttons up there. Andrew wants to take one of these to his house. And just more stuff there. We got a little bit, like I said, this is all kind of overflow right now. And then over here we have still the same old setup, but Andrew wants this piece for the house. So we want to find a table and put it back here so we can set up the stuff on the janky cart, and all this stuff that's just kind of around, and then all of this, of course. So this will eventually be gone. But then over here we have the big stuff, and we've moved some of the panels around over here. I don't know, he wants to take this one home too, but we'll see. We'll see if we'll allow that. We got the big panel, which we've been starting to take stuff off to use for other projects. And then over here we've got the main display. So we've moved kind of lanterns up there, and then we moved the Dominion thing over there, which looks really cool. But we've got fire alarms and such. This is fairly the same. This doesn't really change a whole lot. I added this right here just because space reasons, but this is a little bit different. Some of the same stuff is on here, but some of it's moved. I'm just gonna pan it. Oh, this is new. This came from Mike right here. And that little Dover came from Steven right there. So it's pretty awesome. I finally showed these off because these were always covered in their little plastic covering. I mean, Andrew still wants this like this, but you can at least see them now. It had like a plastic like thing on top. And then we got these two down here. So that's pretty much the just the quick overview. Okay, so Evan is now gone, but it is about a week later since we did the initial cleaning of the museum. Like I said before, we now have the table in here. So we took out the little shelf that is now at Andrew's house, and we replaced it with this nice little table where we can display a bunch of different things. Now the janky cart is still here. I've got it moved out here. It's going to just kind of sit in the museum for now. We've just got a few tools and extra parts and such on it, but we will take that out eventually. But anyway, you can see we've moved all the things off the janky cart and some of the stuff on the floor up to the table, such as these items here. We got some buttons back there. This little knick-knack shelf can now be turned around so you can see all of the items that are on here. Just like that, which you couldn't do that before. Down there we've just got a few different items that used to be on the cart, which now have a nice little spot there. And eventually I'd like to mount that Burwack elevator thing somewhere, but for now it's just kind of there. It's kind of awkward. And another thing I thought we'd do, because I don't think I've ever demonstrated this thing before. I don't know if it has been. Since we now have this governor here in the museum, we can now demonstrate how it works. So pretty much you have your rope that goes around the pulley onto the elevator, and it spins as the elevator does. If something were to happen and it starts moving too fast, the force will lift these two weights up, which will lift up on this switch. And the first thing it's going to do is apply the brake. So it's going to hit this mechanical switch, which you can hear there hits the switch, which activates the brake. Now, if that doesn't stop and it keeps going, it's going to lift even further. And it's going to latch down onto the cable like that. So that's how the governor works. Pretty simple. A few other parts that I noticed that I didn't shout out. This panel here is new. This came from Steven. He donated this awesome panel to the museum. And this new Murphy panel was from Alex with Arrowheart buttons. So those are just two more things I thought I'd point out. Probably missed some other things, but those are just two that I noticed that I need to point out. But anyway, that pretty much concludes this little mini tour. Now let's go ahead and see Andrew's reaction to this museum, because Evan, Aaron, and I did the first renovation of this thing without him even knowing what we were doing. Now we're going to go back in time a little bit. This table is going to be gone. It's going to be the shelf again. But this is Andrew's reaction to the museum. And now we are going to see what Andrew thinks of the hard work and time we put in.
Wait, let's wait. We are showing off 2 days of hard work.
I'm so
from all three
excited
of us.
about this.
From Andrew, from Jason, Aaron, and I.
We are about ready to see this.
What's wrong with it?
There we go. It's open.
All right, Andrew. Are you ready?
Yep.
Are you sure?
Yeah, let's see this.
I don't think he's ready yet.
Let's see, we're recording.
All right,
Let's do it.
Hold it. Are you ready?
3, 2, 1, open. Wait, hang on.
Wow.
Hang on.
Hold on. And pull.
Wow.
Wait for it. Wait for it.
Awesome. Where do those lights come from?
Your other locker.
Wow, this is awesome. This is like, wow.
Press the button with the white. Press the 5.
Oh, yeah. What's that ring? Where'd that buzzer come from?
That.
What?
This
The
panel.
ThyssenKrupp.
Wow. Awesome.
These are 2 working outlets. We
Yep.
took this off that Montgomery thing.
This switch doesn't work, otherwise we would have had a light bulb in there.
But yeah, these are just
Hold on, it's frozen.
2 working outlets.
This is
Hold
awesome.
on, how do I do this again?
Wow.
Well, I think Andrew is
Do I go back to
happy.
go live?
Yeah, go live. And then resume where you left off.
So I'd say Andrew is pretty thrilled with what we did here, and I'm pretty happy with what we did too. I think this is definitely starting to become more of a museum. But anyway, that's all I got for you guys. Now, I didn't do a pretty detailed tour, as you saw. I've already done one of those. But up here in the corner, right in there, there's a little card. Evan has made a video doing a detailed tour of this museum. If you'd like to see it more in depth and see all the buttons, be sure to click on that. Now, obviously, this table's not going to be there. It's going to be the old setup. You should check it out and give it a thumbs up. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed this little mini tour. Look forward to seeing you guys here in the museum. Hope you come and visit it because we put a ton of time into this thing. Anyway, thanks for watching, and we'll see you later.